Visible, sir.
Okay. So did you saw how I created? So I just get launch instance. I have given a name. Here I choose Windows, and here I have given a T2 micro. Here I created a new pair that was my Windows was my key. Here I allowed it from anywhere and just with 30 GB. Actually, here you cannot go for 8 GB because Windows requires a space, more space. So you need to go with a minimum 30 GB here. So once you have chosen Windows, automatically it will change. So when I choose Windows, you can see that automatically it will change to 30 GB. So 30 GB is a minimum requirement and click launch instance. So then it will launch the instance. This instance will take longer time for creation. See, can you see this? My Windows, this is the instance. It is running, but still in the initializing. It is installing the OS and making it right. We have to wait some time till it completes this. You're able to view, no? So it's in the initialization phase. Yeah, now you see it's changed. Everything is ready now. Can you see the screen now? My screen is visible, right? Just type in chat if it is visible. Hello? Am I audible? Hello?
Yeah, Vijay, you're audible.
Okay. So once it is in the running state, you see that 2 by 2 checks passed, then you have to do. So the thing difference here is for a normal instance, we will have port 22 enabled so that we can do an SSH. But here it will be not a port 22. I'll show you here. Edit inbound rule. So it is remote desktop publication. So it will be using a random remote desktop and it is using a port 3386 with a custom to anything. So this will be the difference between a normal instance and this. For normally for any Ubuntu instance, you will be accessing to SSH port 22, but here it's a Windows machine, it will automatically give RDP 3389 as a custom. So here I have given any IP, so from anywhere I can access. That is one point. Second point, for an Ubuntu, you can directly log in, but for a Windows machine, you need a username and password. So there an SSH key is more than enough for an Linux machine. But when you go for an Ubuntu, when you go for a Windows machine, you need a username and password to log in. So how you can generate it? So just come to EC2 instance. When it comes to instances running, click on that Windows in the action in security. So just see, I have to choose the instance, go to actions in the security, get Windows password. Because here I am connecting to a remote desktop. So for remote desktop, I have to specify the username and password. So username is administrator, there is no doubt in it. But for password, I need to generate the password. So that is the change here. So get Windows password, click on it. Here it will ask for the PEM file. So upload a key file. So I created my Windows PEM. So this was the key when I created, no? So I'll just click on it and give open. So my key gets loaded here. Once the key is loaded, decrypt password. So when I give this, I get the complete information. See, the username is this. Sorry, the IP is this. Username is administrator, and this is the password. So I need to keep this safe. So this will be my password for the server, and username is administrator because we are using a Windows machine. So that is it. So keep this safe, then give OK. Now, what is the instance name? So my Windows instance, here you can get that IP. So IP is, this is my IP. So I'll copy this here from my machine. I'll give remote desktop connection. So whatever IP that you have copied, just paste it here and give connect. So it is asking for username and password, more choices, use different account. Here I give administrator as the username and the password is which we have copied. Give OK. So it is asking for, do you want to enable this? Yes. So it's configuring the remote session. So it's preparing the OS. It's a Windows machine, so that's why it is taking a little bit of time. So my Windows machine is ready now. So you can see here. So files. So do you want this PC to network enable? Yes, I give it yes. So that every information of this PC will be displayed here. See, it gives me what is the public IP, what is the instance it is created, and which zone it has been created that I will get here. And I can go for a file explore. So this PC. So it was a 30 GB, right? So you know that we created this with a 30 GB hard disk. So 30 GB hard disk will be there. And when you go for properties, see here you can see it is using 1 GB of RAM. So what is the server configuration? So we gave this as a server configuration with a 1 GB RAM. So everything will be here. And what is the Windows? It is a Windows Server edition of 2022. So this is the edition of this. Do you get it? So my machine is different. I'm using also my Windows machine, but that will be different from this. Be able to get it? So here you can create anything. So for example, I go for a browser and download my Chrome downloads installation. So there what we do, we go for apt get install and we do it in an Ubuntu machine. Here, everything is an exe file, right? So here the network will be directly accessible. So I have just given started without win, continue without this data, or sign it into Google Chrome so you can do it. Confirm and start browser. So I got the browser. So we have created a virtual Windows machine. We are able to log in into it and view the content. We are able to access it to a remote machine. So that is the thing. Now you can just browse and search anything that you need, and you can need it, you can install it also. Say I give Google Chrome. Do you get it? So Google Chrome just I see. So any download if you want, you can do it by a normal thing. But the thing is, since it's a Windows machine, it will take little bit longer time for each and everything because it's just using 1 GB of RAM. So download Chrome. So it has downloaded now. Where I can go, I can go to downloads. I can see that Chrome setup is there. Just double click it, it gets installed. It's a normal. So when you all have used Windows machine, so I don't think that is an issue. So, but how do we create an instance is the issue. So I just created the instance and shown you how to create an username password. Because for a Windows machine, we need an username and password. Username is default administrator. To generate a password, whatever the PEM file that you have created, you need to upload it and make it create the PEM file for you. So that's all. It is just installing here. So here, but in my thing, already I have a Chrome and I'm working on it. So my setup is different. You're able to differentiate, no, both the setups. So this is a remote machine which is connected from this IP. Are you able to get it? Is it clear? Yeah, now it has installed and it is ready for Chrome browser. Yes, also ready. So we have the Chrome browser. In defaultly, it will be using Microsoft Edge, Microsoft web browser. It will be using that is Edge. Now we have installed Chrome, and so for Ubuntu, we go for an Apache installation, right? For web browser. Here we can go and install IAS. So if you are using .NET frameworks and all, you can do it in a normal installation of the steps. So I repeat the steps, how we will create this once again. So I'm closing this. So in Windows, to create a launch a Windows machine. So this is my default screen. Here I'll come to EC2 instance. Here I will go to instances, launch instance. give a name to that instance. So you can give it as my Windows or anything like that. Here, choose the Windows OS. Very important. Choose the Windows OS. Let this be micro instance, no issue. Here you have to create a key pair as a mandate. Then only you will be able to create the password. So once it is done, and the space allocation also. Space allocation for this, we need at least 30 GB of storage. So normally if it is an Ubuntu, if it's a Ubuntu machine, you can see you can go with 8 GB. But when it comes to a Windows machine, it becomes mandatorily that you should go for at least 30 GB as a space. So 30 GB as a space is minimum requirement. So once you have created this instance, you will come to this instances. And here you will see my Windows, whatever the name, and it should be running. So if this is running also, that doesn't mean so now the instance has started. It says the instance has started, not the Windows machine. To check whether the Windows machine is also checked running, you should give this as check passed. Only if this is there, you will be able to connect. See here, we already created a Docker container, right? So when we go to security here, so it's enough if we are having port 22 so that we can connect the instance. But here it is not like that. You have to use a different port because we are going for a remote desktop enable. So for remote desktop enable, what you have to do, just click here, go to security, go to that inbound rule, edit inbound rule. Here you have to select RDP. So you can just give add rule. You should select RDP. RDP you have to select and you can give the port number. So if you want to customize to different port number, you have to change it. Already we have this, so we don't require this. So this is the first thing. You have to enable this. Once this is done, remote, this is what you are enabling remote desktop from this Windows machine. This is the first task. Once you're done, you have to come back to that instance. So my Windows instance, just select this. In actions, click this, go to security. Here, get Windows password. So here you have to do. Here you should upload the key that you have generated. So this is my key file. So just click on it, give open. Now you get this decrypt password you have to give. So now it gives me the username and password. Using this username and password, so I need to keep this copy. So I have kept a copy. This is my password and this is my username. So once you are done, what you have to do? You have to go for remote desktop connection. Just give remote desktop connection and what is the IP? So here, what is the IP it is connected is needed. So the IP is 3238.157.59. So this is my IP. I have to select that and give it and give connect. Defaultly, it will take administrator. If not, go to more choices, use different account, then give administrator. And password, whatever you have copied from the generation. So the tool generated a password for you. That will be your Windows password. Click on it and give OK. It will ask for yes, just give yes. Now my Windows machine is opened and it is ready. So already we have installed Chrome. So that is what you can see in this. Do you get it? Any doubts in installation? All other installation you know, right? So you can create the installations and all. So that is a normal thing. So this man will be a tricky one. So which we have seen. Yeah, any doubts? Hello, was it clear?